Alright, this is our third YouTube video for the cross-platform alpha version of the Kirby calculator. This is version 0.5 alpha. I just want to show a few of the new features added since 0.3. Starting with 0.4, the main changes were in the circle packing and drawing. What we have in front of us right here is K3. It's about 600 or more crossings, as I recall. Quick note first, the invariant, the signature of the linking form is now available, 3 plus 19 minus negative 16. Other things with the circle packing. First, you notice that there is not only the refresh button, same as before, but the fit view button. If I happen to be in a diagram and maybe zoom in or move around a bit, and I want to simply bring the diagram back into full view, rather than refreshing, which would take a fair bit longer to recircle pack, I can simply fit into view, which is very, very fast. Just redraws the diagram without recircle packing. Other bits from the from version 0.4 are the circle packing's performance has been generally improved. A bit of optimizations added. So first, let me talk about the speed optimizations. If you had this sort of nonsense diagram and you wanted to refresh it, recircle pack it, it's not quick, but it's not nearly as long as it used to be. See, I can zoom in, everything's there, but it's a bit faster than before. In addition, let me give you another diagram. Some of the pathologies, the degenerate diagrams that didn't circle pack correctly before, work fine now. For instance, suppose I had just two unknotted components. Suppose I had a positive 3 framed, a negative 2 framed 2 handle, and I just wanted to demonstrate a handle slide. I can just do a handle slide across here, maybe give it a +1 twist on the band, get the result. Wonderful. Simplify that a bit. Now, what I used to have before, the problem that was around was these diagrams say with one cuts. This is a one cut across the diagram, wouldn't circle pack correctly, so I would say don't press refresh. But now you can, and it refreshes quite nicely. You get a nice straight band. So again, some of these degenerate forms aren't problems anymore. Other things, you may recall that if you had a diagram and you wanted to blow up, you draw an arc, okay, and give yourself what you wanted to blow up by, +1. Great, there's my new diagram. If you went back and looked at your arc, I would have said before not to refresh it because the circle packing wouldn't work with these loose ends. Loose ends are also not a problem now. It may not be the prettiest picture you've ever seen, but you know, loose ends are not a problem anymore. Okay, so loose ends, one cuts, these things aren't issues. You can still refresh these and get some sort of diagram out of them cleaned up. So optimizations in speed and a bit more robustness in the circle packing are the main additions to version 0.4. Let me get into 0.5. The new features in 0.5 mainly revolve around one handles. Again, one handles could be drawn before and specified, but they weren't really fully functional. In fact, if you tried to handle slide across a one handle, you may have had the program even kick out on you. So let me just draw a little diagram here with a couple one handles in it, and whatever. Not trying to make this meaningful. If I've got this kind of situation, things that are now available. The handle slides you should be able to do are now available. Let me simplify this first. For instance, I should be able to take my 2 handle and slide across any of the 1 handles via whatever band I like, and that works now. So handle slides, say I can slide this guy across this one, and again specify whatever twist I like on the band. I can do handle slides of 2 handles across 1 handles. Let me go back. I can also do handle slides of 1 handles across 1 handles with a couple of restrictions. What's required to slide a 1 handle technically under another 1 handle are each 1 handle component itself, each dotted component needs to be unknotted, no self-crossings, and your band cannot cross either of those components except, of course, at the ends where it attaches. This is just to make sure that your unknotted components stay unknotted after the handle slide. It's a bit restrictive, but hopefully it won't cause a problem. So I can slide again 2 handles across 1 handles, 1 handles across 1 handles with some restrictions. And other things you can do, you may find you have to click on the diagram before keystrokes work on the diagram. I need to fix that eventually. But if you have a unknotted one handle component, a dotted component, and you hover over it and press S, you'll do a surgery. Surgery on handle. A surgery to trade that dotted component for a 0 frame 2 handle, and of course do it again, we'll reverse that. So to switch back and forth to surger a 0 frame 2 handle back and forth between that and a 1 handle, just press S. Other bits cancellation. What's required for a handle cancellation is a very specific situation in this program. Your 1 handle you want to cancel needs to have only 2 crossings. Those 2 crossings giving a clasp with some 2 handle, any 2 handle you like. Under those conditions, again, no crossings inside, no self-crossings and no other crossings than that clasp. If you click inside the clasp, you'll cancel the handles. Okay, so again, if there were intervening strands coming in, you'll have to slide them out first. Eventually, I may put some code in to slide those out for you, but for right now, you'd have to do it manually. The converse is, if you want to add a canceling pair, you can do that here, the inverse move. The interface is fairly straightforward. You're going to get to sketch on your diagram any 2 handle you like. You're going to sketch the 2 handle because it's the one where the flexibility is. So sketch yourself a 2 handle anywhere you like. You notice that the slice is actually available to draw. Draw a simple slice across one of its arcs where you want the 1 handle to go. So you specify that. So again, draw your 2 handle any way you like. Draw a simple slice across to say where you want the 1 handle to go. Process. You can still choose the framing of the 2 handle any way you like, and you'll get your diagram. Okay? So again, you sketch your component, your new 2 handle, and you just do a little slice for where you want the 1 handle to go, because there's no choice. It's always going to be a little earring hanging off. Of course, once that's there, by definition, the way we've defined it, I should be able to click this and cancel, which I can. Let me fit again. Click this one to cancel, and we're back to where we started. So again, new features for 1 handles. You now have functionality. You can slide across 1 handles. You can slide 1 handles across 1 handles. You can cancel a canceling pair of 1 and 2 handles, and you can also add a canceling pair. And again, finally, you can surger back and forth between 1 handles and 0 frame 2 handles. And that more or less wraps it up for the changes since 0.3. More to come in future versions.